Well, let's speak now to the Republican political consultant, John McLaughlin, been advisor to Donald Trump over the past 6 years, including during his campaign last year to become president. Welcome. Very good to talk to you. Just leaving aside for the moment whether any of the sort of furores are true, whether they're based in fact, you must be a frustrated man that so many of these campaign promises are just not getting acted upon because of this constant firefighting.
Well, it's still early, but your report preceding this interview really nailed it. I'm seeing in my surveys the Trump voters, the Trump supporters, he's still got 80–90% approval ratings in his base, of which 2/3 are very strong. They strongly approve. And I'm doing focus groups around the country. We're doing polls around the country. And his people are really solid because all the fury is inside the Beltway in Washington. And it really shows how badly out of touch the ruling elites in our country are with this conservative populist president who was elected to change things. And you don't expect change to come in a matter of a few months, but he really has been successful, particularly on security issues.
And that's where his strength. Forgive me, that's a very interesting point, because we hear a lot of talk, there is a lot of talk right now, isn't there, about impeachment. We're always told by the commentators, never going to happen while the Republicans control Congress, unless they start to feel that the Republican base, his core voters, are losing it with him, in which case it might happen. You just think it'll never happen?
No, because articles of impeachment are based on fact. There are no facts here. I mean, they've appointed a independent counsel that you know. I mean, what's interesting, the Deputy Attorney General that made the appointment was being stalled in the Senate by the Democrats who were obstructing him for 4 months. And when he gets on the job, what he does is he fires Comey, who had no political support in the country because he had basically corrupted the law enforcement in the United States, the FBI, which had always been seen as above board, above politics. You know, last year and this year, it was seen as pulling its punches, and he was holding press conferences.
Well, sorry, I have to pick you up on that. Mr. Comey would have an awful lot to say about that, and we'll probably get his chance next week when he gives testimony. But you can't say there are no facts here, quite clearly. We don't know. There are things to be investigated.
No, there are no facts that prove there was any collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians.
We don't know yet, do we? Nobody knows.
We do know there are no facts as of right now. And in fact, I worked on that campaign. I can tell you there were no facts. And it never came up in the polls, and it never showed up in the electorate. And there was no evidence that they tampered with any electorate any election ballots at all. So they keep on spreading this. Hillary Clinton got destroyed in the election. She was supposed to win, and it was the biggest upset for the establishment that they've ever seen. So they invented this myth that the Russians interfered. And you know what? They'll keep talking about General Flynn. You know who took more money from the Russians than General Flynn did?
John, forgive me, I can't let you say that on air without the people you're accusing being here to speak for themselves. Forgive me, I can't do it. I can't do it. I would like to talk to you. We would very much like to talk to you once we hear back from Mr. Mueller. Let's do that, can we? Can we make a date?
With Mr. Mueller, he just
when he reports, let's talk again.
You can, but I'm talking about facts, and this is all.
I can't let you make those allegations, John. I'm sorry, not on air, because we'll be held liable as well. Those people have to be allowed to defend themselves. Thank you. Let's talk again.